All right, we had to restart for a bit. We already did the intro, so we're just gonna wait for Shady and everybody to jump back on. Sorry for the confusion. I was perfectly fine if nobody saw me. um, but um, but just to wait, I'm gonna wait for Shady to jump on here. Here we go. Bring on here. Send invite. We should be good now. We're good.
Jessica, we good?
All right. We're checking with our yeah. We got to make sure that our what's it called, the people who deal with the media are
We're good. We're good. Production
okay.
team. Hey,
Okay. All right. There we go.
you said we're good, producer? Producer, we're
Yeah,
good?
the producer. Yeah, producer said okay. We're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She
All
said
right,
we're good.
producer.
She
We're
said
good.
we're
All right. All right.
good.
No,
See,
man.
it only takes 30 seconds to make it better because everybody wants to see you, bro. Look at that haircut,
Oh,
bro.
oh
Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
look
man.
good, my
Yeah.
guy. Like,
I had
bruh.
to, bro. You see what happens when we start a little later? I got time. I even took a shower before
Bro,
the show. Usually, bro.
me too.
I usually race to the house,
Yeah.
hurry up,
Yep.
set up, and sit down and just wipe my face and
Okay,
start the show.
let's go into this then right now because this is exactly what me and Jessica talked about earlier. I was like, I love this now. I was like, the thought of it earlier, like when we had decided, I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna like, I'm gonna not want to do it. But I'm like, wait, I get to do like, okay, so when we do it at 6, it's like taking a break from your family when you get home. And it's like, okay, I'd rather do this, like have time with the family, eat
Exactly.
dinner. Like I ate fucking dinner, bro. Like I ate dinner already. And
Yeah.
like I'm full, like I feel good, like I took a
Yeah.
shower, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, exactly, bro. Like I had to eat dinner after the show.
Yep.
And if I started drinking, now I
I ain't
wasn't eating
eating
dinner.
I ain't
I
eating
was only
nothing, bro.
I
Yeah.
was only drinking. So for me, it was like, like I feel like everybody gets to unwind. I don't. I mean, I hate the fact that we had to cut into Eric's podcast
Yeah, for sure.
with Marco because it was really good. Like I was saying,
Oh
it was
man,
really
it was getting yeah, I loved it, dude. It
yeah,
was so good.
yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Hey,
it's true.
hey, that's my homeboy that I play football with here, semi-pro, dude. He
No,
lives
man.
he lives like right down the road, dude. Like he doesn't live that far from me.
That's nice. That's awesome.
But he ain't
But
lying.
yeah,
He
man.
could take a shit. So
Yeah, you look a little bit less. You look a little bit relaxed. You
hey
know.
man, chill out, bro.
No, man. So yeah, we did the luxury cinema, all in Hooper Optics 30, bro. What a
You
that I've always
like
been.
it?
I liked it. I never wanted to sell it because of the price that it cost us to. You
Right.
know what I mean?
But
But damn, it's worth every penny. Like I
yeah,
was
they're
like, man,
paying it.
I hope we have some left over, for the house. It
Yeah,
really makes a difference, man. It's not too dark. It's what everybody wants. Like you want to see at night, that's what you want to use. You want the
right.
heat, that's what you want to use. You want to block it from the heat. You want to be able to enjoy seeing inside, outside. That is uh, the film.
Right.
Ceramic 30. There's a difference between ceramic 30 and ceramic 35.
Man,
Um,
I like that. I like the Pristine series with Edge though.
oh yeah, though,
Because
for real.
I'm doing 50% on my grandmother's windows. Like I did one, you saw that
Yeah,
picture I sent, right? It was the
yeah.
4 panes. I did the top right one and I had her like stand there and look at them and shit. And like she's like, "You want a beer?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want a beer." I was like, "Appreciate it."
Yeah,
We just sat there
yeah.
and talked for a little bit, but I was like, "Cool, we'll do that on these four, this door, and then your bedroom windows."
That's
Because
awesome, man.
she likes natural light, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have
Exactly.
it. But
That's what a
it
lot of
knocks
people.
down glare, and it's just like it looks good, so run it.
But now, like it's so easy to sell, right? Because that job right there, that job turned into three jobs.
Right.
Okay. Um, we've got
What's up,
we
Steven?
got two we got two new employees. So it's me, Michelle, Eric, and Jacob.
Yeah.
And man, dude, and those guys are awesome, dude. I was stressing because I'm like, damn, now I gotta come up with a little bit more, some little bit more coin
Right.
because now I gotta pay them, But if you sell the job right, um, if you sell the job right, everything equals out. Going to that, going to that topic. So that job turned into three jobs. Michelle and uh, Eric went to do one job. Me and Jacob went to do another job.
Yeah.
So we knocked out two jobs.
Right.
And
Dude, when you can double book and get it done, dude, that's the
oh
best.
man,
That's the
it's
best
it's
shit.
such it's such a great feeling, man, knowing that I have a team that I trust. I trust Michelle. She knows what quality looks like. From what
Right.
I'm not trying to boast about myself,
Right.
but it's like she knows what the expectation is.
Right.
And what I love about it is that now we get to break off. We're knocking two jobs at a time. Man, like it's gonna be great because now I can go out of town and I could
Right.
take one. I could take one of my guys with me.
Right.
She could stay and she could stay here in Texas or vice versa. She can go out of town and do some jobs while I stay here. And it's just, man, it's just evolving into such a great thing.
And as
All
long as
right.
you have like good communication and you have teamwork, like it's gonna get even better because then once you have that to be able to do two things at once, then you get so busy you can have another two-person crew and you can do three things at once.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then now you gotta buy a couple vans and then you gotta fucking do this and you gotta do
Yeah.
that and then you gotta yeah, it
And
just
but
it just goes and goes and
I,
goes.
I don't want to get my hopes up because it's summer. Now it's
Right.
hot, man. We're like
That's how
we're
it is.
every
Right.
day here is
Yep.
triple digit every day. I
Been
mean, you
like
can
that
see it in
here the
my
past
face.
couple days.
I haven't even been able to drink a beer, bro, because I mean I just can't, bro. Like I tried to drink a beer the other day. I'm over here feeling kind of, like I'm
Better
off my
start
game.
running.
Yeah, and then that's what I was with Eric and Marco is like. I was like, you know
Yeah,
what?
get in
Start running.
shape.
I need to
Yeah.
get back in shape, man. Now, with me not drinking, my performance has gone up. But
Well, yeah,
being
of
sober,
course.
being like my thing was rewarding myself with the beer every time I got home.
Right.
Like on my way home, I was drinking a beer, which I shouldn't have been doing anyway, but I do it anyway
Right.
because I live out. Like I don't get traffic. Like the worst thing I can do is fucking, I don't know, maybe pass out or something. I don't know. I just got to just
Right.
pull over to the highway, pull off over and just take a nap, sober up, go home.
Yeah.
But it never got that bad. Like I never got super drunk. By the time I got home, I'm wasted. No, it was always like, just two beers and I'm home.
Right.
So
Right.
it was nothing that
Hey,
bad. But
man,
uh,
listen. Road beers, you know. You know.
yeah, yeah.
You know. Nice cut, bro. I like that.
Yeah, it was an honor for today's podcast. Um, yeah. So, man, that being said, bro, so uh, I get a phone call. Hey, man, I got a building. I need to take the old film off, and I gotta take and I gotta
Fun
put new
stuff.
film on. Yeah,
Fun stuff.
dude, it's about 1,000 square foot. I mean, it was like those game changing jobs. Like, oh yeah, I can post and
Yeah.
shit like that. So I'm out there bidding, bro, and I'm measuring windows, and the guy kind of wants to hurry me out. Well, I'm like, okay, and I'm measuring what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need a ladder. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need blades. I'm
Right.
calling out because they have a specific film they want to use. They got
Right.
approved for the building, the
Right.
code of the building. So I'm like, so I call the dealer and I'm like, hey, you have such and such film. He's like, yes. What's my cost? Blah blah blah. Um, so I'm like, okay, this is an easy job. This is gonna be moneymaker. As I'm walking out, bro, I see an old salesman from a job I used to work at.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
dude,
yeah, 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 yeah.
okay, so I left on bad terms, bro. Like I
Right.
left on bad terms. I was in a bad spot at the time
Right.
mentally. I wasn't Johnny Blades. I was a horrible human being. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like horrible human
Yeah,
being.
you're your
Uh,
past self.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? Hey man, before I get worse, I'm just gonna quit on you because I'm going down a path
Right.
that who knows that can go really bad, or I gotta sober the fuck up.
Right.
So I didn't tell him that. I just said, I'm like, hey man, I want to start doing my own thing. I'm not coming into work. I had the key to the shop. I brought my uniform, company credit card,
Yeah.
keys to the van, and then keys to the shop in the mail. No notice, no nothing, bro. Well, he's there, bro. I've been feeling
And this
like,
is somebody that was working where that happened, right?
yes, it's
Okay.
somebody that's working. But
Right.
the owner was such a great guy, man. I mean, he took me charter fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, you know, hey man, like
Damn.
he was just like,
Johnny, why'd you do him like that, bro?
exactly, bro. Exactly. And I lived with it. I
Yeah.
lived with it for like 4 or 5 years, bro.
Right.
Like if I saw him
It
coming,
was just like fucking
yeah, dude. If I saw him
just
walking my
all
way,
day.
if I saw him walking my way, I was so ashamed of myself that I would fucking literally, yeah, walk
Yeah.
around just so he doesn't see me. You know, it was one of those things. Well, dude, I have this job close to being closed, and as that other salesman comes, now in my brain, I'm like, this asshole did this on purpose, thinking we're about to go into a bidding war.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's gonna want the job?
I
Kind
mean,
of
but
thing.
that's
Like
usually
who?
how it goes, right? In bigger situations like that.
Maybe, but it's just not my
It's
thing.
not your
Like
it's not your forte.
it's not my forte. I don't know how. Like the hood comes out.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know, it's like what you
He-
mean? It's like I'm like I could have been like, hey man, I'm an installer. I know exactly what this job's gonna take.
Yeah.
That guy's a salesman. He screwed me in a whole bunch of jobs. He tells you you're gonna do it in one day. I call BS. I want to challenge that, and I want, you know what I mean. I could have been
And if he
doing it. You know
doesn't
what I
do
mean?
it in one day, I'll do it for double the price. You
No,
know,
yeah,
whatever.
no. You know, I could have been like, hey man, you know what? Whatever he's charging, fuck that. I put my labor in for free. You just pay for the film, just so I can win the job over. You know what I mean?
No, never do
But
that though.
bro, but I had to. I was like, you know what? I screwed those people
Yeah.
over. You
Yeah.
know, I as soon as he came in, I was like, oh man, what's up, man? So we dabbed it up. I gave him. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what, man? I got everything. I got everything measured for you. The customer is like, what? Like, oh, you guys know each other?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man. Like, yeah, I used to work with them. I was like, you know what, man? I'm stepping out. You're in good hands.
Yeah.
The salesman was like, what?
What are you
What?
talking about, bro?
Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you're really turning down this job just to give it to me. I'm only gonna make a commission on it. This is not my job. This is not my company. Well, I walked the job with them. I told them what needs to be done. You know, what needs to be, like, hey man, look out for this, look out for that. There's this film, there was security film on there. But I was gonna charge $5 to remove, and then 12 or $13 to put on.
Right.
So we're talking about like close to a $16,000 project here. You know,
Right.
that guy's he needs it done because we're the attendants moving in on the 1st. He needs everything done.
Yeah.
I mean, that building in 1 week is gonna get.
So you had
cleaned
like
up.
you had a short ass timeline too, though.
Well, I could have got it done in a week. No, less than a
Right.
week. With the removal, putting it, with my team, I think we could have done it in 2 days or 2.5 days.
Right.
With the removal and installing. So I was like, you know what, man? But I had that guilty conscience, bro.
Yeah.
That I finally, after 4 years, I was able to let it go. I was able to feel like I was set free, like my debt was paid,
Yeah, because it was just hanging over your head for forever, and you were just like, I gotta finish, I gotta squash this in a way.
Bro, I'm the kind of person, like, if I owe you money, bro, it's like in my
Yeah.
head. Like I can burn my credit, like, with big
Yeah,
companies,
it's because
but when it's a
you only owe yourself money, basically. You're like, I only owe myself because I put in the money for the credit anyway.
yeah,
Like, You know what I'm
like
saying?
fuck
Like
it. Like what are
now I
you gonna
just gotta
do?
pay fees and shit.
Yeah,
Like that's on me. Like that's on
yeah,
me, bro. Like they
yeah.
got shit to do with
My
y'all.
credit might drop, but who cares, right? Like,
Yeah.
but but when it's a regular human being, bro, it's like in the back of my head, bro. It's like, damn, what if I come in, like, if I encounter this person? Like, it was always there. So we walked the job, man. I was like, you know what, bro? This is my way of showing my ex-employer, um, thank you for everything you've done.
Right.
Like, if you don't get the job, I'm not bidding against you.
Right.
Like, I don't want, like, this is my way. I already laid it out for you. All you have to do, like, I made your dinner. All you got to do is just eat it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I'm already know what film and everything. I already know how much the film costs, whatever, blah blah blah. So I gave it to the man, and we're walking out, man. He's like, "Hey, Johnny, I wanna give you something for this, man. Like, let me buy you some beers." I was like, "Man, well, at the moment, man, I'm not drinking much, uh, so like, you don't have to worry about buying me a beer." I was like, and I was like, "Well, let me get you some. Let me get you something for doing all this work, like
Right.
talking to the customer. All I had to do is just show up and be like, okay, here's the job's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?" I was like, "Nah, bro. Um, go back, go back, and just send my apologies to my ex-employer, and hopefully this makes it better."
Yeah.
Dude, I felt so good, bro. I think I called you. I called
Yeah.
you on the way back, man.
I
I
remember.
felt like
Like
I felt like that
when
was
you said something about the dude walking in, I was like, oh yeah, 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 it's that
yeah,
story. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's a good one. I was
Dude, it
actually
was
gonna ask you about that, but you already got it. So
yeah, man. And I believe in when you do good stuff, bro. Like when you do good things, uh, good things come back. Like I'm a firm believer. Like that
yes,
does.
dude.
As soon as I walk out, I told him, "Hey, man, this is what it is. This is the price." I gave him everything, bro. He's like, "Whoa, you charging that much?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Bro, this guy's ready." He's like, I wasn't even close to that number. I was way lower. I was like, and this is a company that has like 9 installers.
Right. And so it's like the reason that they're charging less is because they have higher volume. So
Yeah,
they're compensating in that aspect, I guess. I'm
yeah,
not a businessman, but that
yeah,
makes sense. Like when you have multiple teams you can send out, yeah,
yep,
you can bid it a little bit lower, but at the same time you should actually bid them all higher because then everybody gets better pay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets better pay, and then everybody comes out with what they want, and then the customer still gets the exact same quality as if you were to bid it at the same price. You see what I'm saying? If those
yep,
installers, though, meet those requirements, right? That's the only difference. You never know who's bidding lower because they're not as good. You know
yep,
what I mean? Which is fine. Or they don't have as much overhead, or their film's cheaper, or whatever, or their labor's cheaper, or they pay them a certain way, because they're hourly employees and they're charging lower, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. Um, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like there's always layers to every single decision or every
yep,
single like pricing you do or the services you do provide over that you don't because it would be more to do this one than that one, like the turnover basically, the profit margins.
yep,
And that's what they were talking about on Tin Wisdom was the flat glass. And it's like, yeah, that's where you can make really good money because your overhead is super low because you're working in an air conditioning building or house that's not yours. You don't have to pay for that electricity bill. You can turn the shop off.
yeah.
You can go work for free basically.
No,
And then you make money.
absolutely, man. That's what keeps us. That's what keeps us like. From this year and last year, I'm keeping more money than I'm making. I mean, I'm making and I'm keeping a lot more.
Right.
But now we got the employees, and we got to keep them busy.
Right.
So, am I going to lower my price? No,
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 because you got
bro.
to
Because,
meet
yeah,
that demand with your employees.
yep,
So,
yeah, and they want to learn. One of them's already from knowing nothing about window film. One's already installing film.
no way.
Uh,
How old?
huh?
No way. How old
How old? What?
is the person installing?
Oh, 17.
Nice.
He'll be 18. He'll be 18
Hell yeah, dude.
next
I
month.
love,
Next month.
dude, I love seeing that. Like younger cats, like 16, 17, 18, 20, even like a dude that's 22 that has his own business. Like I love seeing that. Like their drive to do better when they're like still young. It's like, dude, I wish I had that back then. I didn't have none of that shit.
Yeah,
None of
and
it.
and he doesn't like. I mean, I was a little worried because usually 17, 18, you're worried about different shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
for
not this
sure.
guy. Not this guy. He doesn't have no. I mean, his bills is a cell phone, or yeah, cell phone and maybe Wi-Fi internet at the house.
Maybe some
That's his bill.
gas in a
Like,
vehicle.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it, bro. It's like I mean,
His overhead
um,
is so low.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
his expenses are so low.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I was very nervous because I'm like maybe the mature level that I require is not going to be met.
right.
And dude, this guy's solid. I was like,
And
he's
so the
he's
thing
he's so into.
is, the thing is too, like a good teacher will make a good student. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're learning from you, they're gonna, learn it better because you're fucking amazing at what you do. So it's like instead of them like going and doing it on their own and fucking up for 2 years, they're getting firsthand expertise knowledge and training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where they're gonna already be better than say a dude that's been doing it 3 years on his own. That's just from my perspective. If you've been doing it for 3 years and you're a badass, good for you. I'm just saying, like having somebody early that can teach you a whole bunch of shit really quickly, that's super beneficial. Like that
No, that's what,
always helps.
this is one key thing that it reminded me of me when I was starting. He was cutting a small piece of glass. My man was shaking.
Oh yeah, you still shake.
And I still shake. When I'm under pressure, I shake.
Uh,
Um, but it
always.
was so
What about
funny
a paint shaker?
because his thing was like, I don't want to mess up because it's gonna cost you money.
Yeah, that was me
So
always.
it's like, oh snap, he has the concept of business. Like
But
most people are
you
like,
also
like,
you
oh,
also
I
have
messed
to,
up. Can I have another
yeah,
piece? Like I'm like, but when you're messing with like ceramic 30 and the shit's like fucking expensive. It's like,
right,
bro, like I don't want you to mess up, like, but I don't want to hold you
right,
back from installing. So I'll have them do other stuff like pull gaskets,
right.
clean up the
You gotta
floor.
you gotta ease them in, man.
Yeah,
You can't just throw them to the fucking wolves because then you're losing
nah,
yourself money. I mean, they could probably learn quicker that way because it's going to be frustrating, but also like you want to make sure because I mean, in my case, I prepped for 3 years before I put a piece of film on, and I felt like that was way too fucking long. And everybody I talked to says the same thing, and I didn't know any better. But the thing is, like now, like when I started tinting, I was really fucking good already. Like I was already installing clean as shit. Like I had no issues. The only thing I was
yeah,
having issues with was like little bitty shit that I didn't know. I knew the vast majority of how to tint before I even tinted a window.
yeah,
And that was just watching and learning and understanding and not even being told these things, just figuring them out myself from what was said to me, right? Like what was said to me, I'm like, what does that mean then? So I think about it and I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, why is there dirt there? He didn't tell me why, but now I think I know why.
yeah.
Like maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Dude, I didn't know what bottom loading was for 6 years.
It's crazy because I started bottom loading.
Dude, I
Well, I
learned
started with
from
Cook.
Mike. I learned from Mike Norn at Tenor Battles 21. Whenever Sean Roach was like, "You're about to two stage that when the sweeps pulled," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And Mike was like, "You know how to bottom load?" I was like, "Nope." He's like, "All right, I'll show you." And I was like, "Bet." There's a picture of me with my arms crossed with my ponytail,
Yeah, I
and
saw
Mike's
that.
sitting there talking about it, and I'm like, just fucking. I'll never forget that moment. It was crazy. And so like that too, like not knowing anything that I thought I knew, I thought I knew everything because I watched one guy do it. And then to see that and then everything since then has been crazy. It's been wild.
Okay, so the to update to today. The Gonzalez family, aka the Blades family, are now proud owners of a minivan.
No way, bro.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
what What's the year, make, and model, bro? We have to know.
Okay, I just, dude. Okay, so real quick, last night we went to the casino.
You have a minivan, bro?
Last night we went to the casino, bro. And it's so funny because it sounds like a drunk story, but it's actually all sober.
Oh
We
my
went to the
God.
casino. We got there at 12 o'clock. We got a room for the kids while we went to go play. We had the
Right.
oldest watch the younger ones. They, as soon as they got there, they passed out. We locked the door. Choo.
Hey, tell them put the
Um,
fucking the thing, shut
yeah,
that
yeah.
thing,
I
and
was
then
like, yeah,
hey, get the couch and put it underneath the handle.
yeah. No, honestly,
Yeah.
I was like, we did that, bro. Just to let you know, I'm on 3 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah. Just
3 hours of sleep.
just wide awake, right?
Dude, I've been drinking Red Bulls and electrolytes. Dude, okay, to let you know, it's a 2022 Chrysler Pacifica, the hybrid version.
Yes, dude. Those are
Bro,
the shit, bro. We
I
drove that
told Michelle,
we drove that to Tinner Battles, dude. That thing is the tits, dude. I love that
dude,
thing.
that bitch has a mud. I was like, I'm only used to tinning cars like this. Like, damn, that's badass. This motherfucker got a moonroof, a
Yeah.
sunroof, a moonroof, and then the last one at the very back has a little sunroof.
No fucking way. You got a whole
Yeah.
glass roof.
Yes, pretty
You
much.
better put some damn Clearplex or something on that shit.
I know, dude. I was like feeling it, but bro, the captain chairs in the back. I never thought I'd be a mini guy,
Oh,
but
dude, those
I
things are the
I
tits.
blame. I told Fade to Black. What's his
Oh,
name?
Wayne?
Wayne.
Yeah.
I
Dude,
told Wayne and
his
his
is
TikTok.
sick, bro.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, I told on his TikTok video. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm buying a minivan. Like,
Yeah.
he always comes up on my story. Always comes up on my story, bro. So yeah, this is the. I mean, this thing has leather. I mean, this thing's fully
Yeah.
loaded, bro. I'll
Yeah.
send you a picture of it.
Dude,
And
I
I already
want a
got
whole,
ideas.
I want a fucking a video walkthrough, bro, like Cribs, bro, like MTV
Yeah,
Cribs, dog. This
I'm.
is where my kids sit,
I'll press
you know?
the button. I'm gonna press the button and they open up. Well,
Yeah.
the reason why we got it, we wanted a Yukon originally. We want to get a Yukon XL, but
Boy,
goddamn, boy,
hell no. Nope.
bro. The
Uh-uh.
guy was like, okay. It's like, all right, you guys are ready. We're gonna go over the financial things, and I'm like this, bro. I'm like, mm, this truck is monthly payment is like my house note.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Mm-mm.
I don't know if I could do it, but I'm still right. Like something is like, oh man, you figure it out. Like you always figure it out. Like in my head, I'm like, you'll figure it out
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah.
So I'm there, and I look at Michelle, and then we're like, yeah, let's sleep on it.
Yeah.
Like, hold off. You already run everything. We'll come back tomorrow, whatever, blah, blah. Dude, that sucker was
Bro,
71,000,
hey, you
bro.
know that salesman that night when y'all left, he was at home telling his
Dude,
wife, he was like, these motherfucking window tinters came in here and fucking ran me around talking about buying this I was gonna make this much on it. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like
yeah, yeah,
mad as
no,
fuck.
for sure. No,
Just
and
mad as shit.
I was trying to negotiate it, and he was like, bro, you're getting a really good deal because usually we sell them over MSRP
Yeah,
price.
yeah.
I'm
Of course they do.
like, I mean, dude, I was like, wow. But we're looking, we're driving back from the casino. We're like, stop at this Toyota, stop at Toyota real quick.
Yeah.
We were looking at the Siennas, bro. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. I
I was in
mean,
love with the, bro. They have the Sienna Platinum.
yeah,
Okay,
but of course, like the best of everything's always better than another one, dude.
dude, no,
The
the
platinum's
captain chair,
always the
the
best.
captain chairs in the back have an ottoman.
Oh my God.
So I told Michelle, I was like,
So
you see
bougie.
me in this truck? You see me in this truck? I'm in the back seat, my guy. I'm in the back seat. I'm enjoying the back. Yeah, yeah. No, but I didn't think I was. We got into like what we need, and with all the kids, we figured, dude, it takes us about 10, like at least 5 minutes just to get the whole seating situation
Oh, for
whenever we go.
sure, dude. You got what, 47 kids out there?
46.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought so.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot about the
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That one we don't mention.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, no. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
No, dude. Yeah, we got it, dude. I feel like I did the most responsible thing, bro. Half the price, half the note. I'm comfortable.
Nah,
I'm comfortable with it, bro.
nice. Dude,
Not even
vans
half,
are dope. Dude,
more than half.
those vans are dope, man.
And I get to
Like,
plug it in now. I got a pluggable. What?
you got an outlet now?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Look at my man, hey, my man Johnny Blaze. Fucking love it.
I'm gonna be giant. That's I need it, bro.
Hey, just make sure
14
when you tint it, there's no light gaps, bro.
No, we already had this talk. They're called reveals.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
like yeah,
they're not
reveals.
gaps.
That's right.
They're called
They're
reveals.
they're decorative pieces.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you have to look when you put 5% on a windshield. You gotta leave some like.
He's over here telling me nah. He said nah.
What?
Huh.
Man, what he knows about that shit? He don't know nothing about that
Bro,
shit.
he's from space.
That's true. That's true. No, I'll make sure there's no gaps.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
great, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like you think you're doing something dumb by giving the job to somebody else,
Right.
but deep down inside, you're just trying to fix pending transactions in the
Dude,
past.
it's a fucking checks and balances system. Like you got checks you didn't cash, you got bounces you gotta balance out with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's these things like it's tit for tat in a way. Like it all comes back in the wash, right? That's
Yeah,
one thing that I love to say. It's like even if some bad things happen, like it's gonna come back in the wash some way to where it's gonna be either made right in a sense or it's gonna be made better. Like it might not be completely solved, right? Maybe it was just like a moment where things were a little better than they were for you, you know, you doing that or whatever. Or maybe it's completely fucking squashed in a way, right? Like, damn, like that was very kind, right? And
yeah,
that's in any situation where you do something for somebody without wanting something in return. Like you know you need to do something, but you don't expect them to be like, oh, everything's cool now. Like you expect them to just be like, oh, that was nice of them,
yeah.
you know, and then
I hope that's what it is. I hope or
right,
the least is like I can get well, goddamn, that's the least he can fucking do. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like that's all I want. Like I don't care, man. And then I called the guy. He's like, bro, he gave me the best advice, and I think I want to say this. This is the reason why I led up to this story. Um, he's like, you ever have conflict with anyone, and you're trying to vent it out? Write it in a text message, but don't send it.
I fucking hate doing that. I'll write it on a piece of paper. Like I'll
Well, I
write
mean,
that shit down.
it's like me and you. Like if something happened, like if we got mad at each other,
Right,
but deep down inside we were in our feelings in that moment, and then it's
right,
like, like we got mad at each other, and I'm like, you know what? I want to make it right. I went off on him because I had other issues and I took it out on Shady.
right,
So he's saying like he was telling me, he's like, bro, every time that happens to you, he's like try not to make it a habit, but just write it down on a text message to the person you're trying to apologize
and you're
or
like,
make amends, but don't send it until you're ready. But at least
right,
at least you got it off your chest. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm
right,
pretty sure everybody has fucking got mad at somebody
or took
for
or not even got mad, but got mad because something was taken one way because you read it a certain way and it wasn't that way because the way you read it is what you want to get out of it and what they said was what they wanted to say about it. And some people aren't that great, me included, about getting exactly the feeling of it or the tone of it in text. That's why I'm always like, yo, just call me. Like, just call me if there's an issue. I would rather talk to you than try to text you shit that is going to either piss you off because you're already pissed off, or things are going to get misunderstood because you don't understand my wacko thought process, right? Like the way my brain works, which is most of the time,
The,
Johnny's like, what the
I
fuck are you
like fuck,
talking about?
I like fucking with you, bro. It's so like
Oh, dude,
it's so evil.
Johnny's the
It's
fucking worst. He will play these stupid little mind games in text messages, and I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? So I'll call him, and he'll be like, can't talk right now. I gotta put a fucking colander on my head or some shit, like just joking around. And he's like, they're coming, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
the it's funny because it's like when I know like whenever you send me something, I'm like, oh, this was fucking pissed off.
Yeah, you always fucking go like this,
Stir it up. Stir it up.
flicking shit, just fucking
Because I'm
causing
like
a damn
because
scene.
because you send me that video of what's his name, the comedian
Duncan
with
Trussell.
Uncle Trussell, yeah.
Duncan Trussell.
Duncan, yeah, Duncan Trussell.
About the worry and the anxiety of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how I see you all the time.
I'm
It's like
always like that,
I'm like,
dude.
bro, like you haven't even like I've been having this
Yeah.
talk with the employees, right? I'm like, have you ever tried this? And they're like, oh, what's that? Like, well, I'm like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna say ew?
Yeah,
If you
before
even
you
had it yet?
even know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, well, it's because one time we had something similar. I'm like, bro,
No.
I always give,
Yeah,
things like 4 or 5 tries, and then
bro.
if the fifth
Same.
try,
Because
I'm done. Like it's not
most
gonna.
of the time, something's just a little off. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, something happened that time.
Yep.
Like with interactions with people, same shit. Or like you were about to say, I'm sure, about the whole like worrying about shit going bad before it's even a thing. Like once it happens, it's never as bad as what the fuck I thought it was gonna be. Like never.
Exactly.
And I thought you were like saying like I'm that insightful, but you were like that's you. That's what you do. Like, and I get it now because yeah, I do that. I go like, well, what if it goes this way or that way or that? And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's not gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
Just do it and then face it when you're there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ah, yeah, you're right.
And that's where the scenario comes in. Like everybody has different outcomes,
Right.
right? Not every outcome is the same as all the other outcomes. You know what I mean? Like I can tell you right now, hey, drinking and driving is not bad, but to someone else that has a low alcohol tolerance
Yeah,
or
but still,
not,
drinking and driving is not bad for the show.
what are you worried about? And don't say cancel. Don't say can. Don't use that c word. No,
Yeah,
but
no C words in here,
no c words.
except for the good one. Never mind.
Well, hey, all right. But no, that's why I like messing with you. I'm like, bro, it's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah,
It's,
I know. And I
and then you're like,
appreciate that
no,
because it keeps me, like we were saying, that check and balance system. Like you keep me in check. Like you're like, yo, bro, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I'm like, ah, fuck, you're right. I'm like, you're right. I don't
or
feel
like when
for it.
it's funny because like you're a character, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like you're a character of your own.
Oh, for
Like you're
sure.
a character of your own. Like
Definitely.
people really have like you're a good person. You're good hearted, but you
Thank you.
stress out a lot. You
Always.
stress out a lot. You
Yep.
don't even have a business. I'm like,
Nope.
bro, how are you more stressed than me?
Because I'm super empathetic and I'm like there's a whole bunch of shit because of it. Like it's mainly because I want to have other people be happy about things, like things that are done, right? So it's like service of others is one of my favorite things to do. Like being able to help people, like to the best of my abilities when it comes to direct help. You know what I'm saying? Like growing a business or supporting my friends or doing a podcast and shouting people out like, you know, shit like that, like the little bitty things, like the small shit. Like I'm not a huge like do the most I can to help every single person because I can't. It's way too much for me. Like I can do a lot, but I can't do everything. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I love doing the small shit, like share a
Yeah,
post when you see it, or comment when somebody asks for help or something,
exactly.
or whatever,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, no, because those are things that only take like 5 seconds out of
Right.
your day.
And they
Yeah.
can be super impactful. You
And
never fucking know.
and like my neighbors told me one time, it's free to be nice. It costs no money. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So those generosity things that you do is that's your way of giving back. You know what I mean? But
Right.
put it when you get into the situations like, hey man, this is happening, this is happening. Uh, I gotta do this because I'm like, and I'm listening, right? I'm like, all right, I already know your solution, but like again, your different way of it may not be the way I want to say it. So I kind of like,
Yeah,
all right, I hear you out,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm hearing you out. I can see how this is. But have you tried this? Yeah, okay. Because you just talking to me, you already found the solution.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you,
I can usually find I usually know the solution, and I'm just bitching most of the time. And I'm like, I want to complain about the way that my brain works
yeah,
because I already fucking know the answer, and I'm not wanting to fucking, own up to it yet.
yeah,
I just want to complain for a minute, and then you'd be like, quit being a bitch, and I'm like, bet, and then I'm done, and I'm like, cool. It's like it's
yeah.
over with.
Like I'm a type of person, bro. It's like, and it sucks. And it's like, man, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna kill myself. Kill yourself. Like
Do it.
because I've always feel like
Have
if you
fun.
try to counter, I feel like sometimes counter advice or
Like,
unsolicited advice.
what?
Yeah, so yeah, or
What do you mean, bro?
or like you taught me that like unsolicited advice, like unwanted advice. Like you want sometimes you
Appreciate
want
it.
people to
Yeah,
agree with you even if you're wrong or even if you're just stating out your opinion. I'm a
right,
type of person like I agree with you. Like I'm gonna agree with you. I might not agree like it doesn't agree with my personal self, but if
right.
it works for you, fuck it.
Who
You know,
cares?
like hey man, today I'm like if somebody tells me like man, today I decided to smoke crack. Smoke crack.
How was it?
Like you know,
I'd be
like
that
I
person.
just be
I'd be
like,
like,
hey, bro,
how'd you
just
like
don't
it?
get it. I just like just don't get addicted. You know what I mean? And then the people are like, what
Right.
do you mean? Like addicted? Like, yeah, man, you can get addicted. I've heard like you can get
Takes like
fucking
no
addicted.
time at all.
Yeah, and I'm like, or like, hey, man, I'm gonna start a business. Start a
Right.
business. I
Do
don't
it.
want to be the guy. I don't want to be the guy in good or bad. Like in good or bad decisions that you make. I don't want to be the guy who's like, hey, watch out for this. Hey, if
Man,
that happened to one guy,
okay,
and
so that's me and you differ in that way because I'd be like, hey, it's a great idea, but just remember these things about it. I'm not saying like you're gonna fail because of these things. It's like, hey, don't forget about this. You have to remember these things. Like you have to remember overhead, you have to remember this, you have to remember this, or whatever. Whatever the case may be, like, hey man, I want to start skateboarding. All right, don't forget, don't fall, motherfucker. Don't hurt yourself because you got a job. And don't, do dumb shit, basically. And it's not saying like you're gonna do it. It's like, hey man, just remember, like you got shit you gotta do,
yeah,
right? Or it's
no, of
like,
course.
and I'm big on that. Like I'm a terrible person at that. I'm like, hey, be careful. Like, be careful, be careful. Calm down. Don't be careful. You don't do that.
I hate
Terrible.
that, bro.
I'm
Michelle's
so
looking at me.
bad. I'm so bad.
Michelle's looking at me. Michelle's looking at me get on these ladders, bro. And she's like, "Please be careful." I'm like, "Don't tell me that."
If you tell
Because
me to be careful, I'm gonna fuck up.
yeah, if you tell me to be careful, now I'm gonna be like I'm going in
Super
full,
cautious,
yeah,
and
super
then
cautious and thinking of the
something's
outcome.
gonna get stuck on something. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna
And this is
fucking fall anyway.
yeah, and then
Be like
this is
that,
my
bro.
mentality of this is when I have to defeat myself, when I
Yeah.
cut out the negativity with myself and I'm
Right.
on the ladder, the best thing that I tell myself is, well shit, if I fall, I ain't going past the floor.
Right.
Like
Hopefully. I mean,
if I
hopefully.
fall, you know what I mean? Like yeah, like like
Hopefully they have a good fucking foundation and shit.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like you ain't going past that the bottom, you know what I mean? That's
Right.
it. So that's just what I keep in my mind, and that's what keeps me like in my fear of heights sometimes, or when I'm overthinking heights and I'm up there and I'm like, oh shit, like I can fall, blah blah blah. I'm like, I ain't going past the floor, so don't worry about it. Get the fucking. The faster you get it done, the faster you get down.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
longer you're up there, the more chances you have to fucking fall down. I'm not afraid of heights, bro. I'm not. I'm not afraid of
I'm not.
heights. I'm afraid of falling, and that's it.
Well,
Like,
that's the biggest thing. Like your
yeah,
fear of
yeah.
height.
I'm not afraid of
You
being
have to
up
get
there.
over. You have to get over the possibility of falling is a high
Yeah,
chance, but it's all on your ass.
exactly.
That's it.
And that's the worst thing. Like when it's all
No,
on me, I'm like, God damn it.
no, but you're in control. Like you're in control. Like the whole yeah. When you're up there, you fall. It's on your ass.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
got you're in
That's what
control.
I'm
You can't be
saying.
like unless the fucking ladder just slips from under you.
Hey, Brandon said fat falls fast.
Hey man, no man. Is the sun is
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
at the
yeah.
bottom? Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
stop at the bottom.
That's the
God
little
damn it.
joke. That's the little jokes that when you're in an like I send a message to you guys. I'm like, hey man, this morning I was listening to what's his name, the white guy with the tattoos on the face that always, like we don't know if he's a rapper or country singer. What is he? Jelly
Which,
Roll.
now, what do you mean you don't know which? He's both, bro, because
How
he
you know he's
came from the
oh,
fucking, he came from the hood and he has a beautiful country voice, bro, and he's southern as fuck. All right, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
okay.
Story time. Jelly Roll is like the most versatile, non-trained music artist in the industry. He has zero training.
But
Look it up. It's crazy.
so that's what
But
makes
he,
him a
but he
rapper.
had
Oh,
exactly. But it made him
okay.
into a singer. It made him into a singer. Like that's the thing. He has a great. Have you listened to his ballads? Like they're so good. Sorry, I'm a huge fan. So go
No,
ahead.
I'm a fan for sure. I'm a fan for
Huge
sure.
fan.
But the it says the most like I'm comfortable with. I mean, the monster living in my that looking through the window became my best
Creature.
friend.
Yeah,
The creature,
creature.
yeah, you know what I'm
Hell
talking about. It,
yeah.
it, it's pretty much is like get comfortable being uncomfortable. You know,
Fight
fight
that inner bitch,
make
bro.
yeah, you know what I mean. You fight your demons, and if you can't beat your demons, join your fucking demons and try to work your way out of that toxic
Yeah.
relationship. You know what I mean? With those fucking demons that you may have. You know, it's just one of
Not
those
even
things.
that. Just use them to your advantage, bro.
Exactly.
Like if you know something's beating the shit out of you all the time, use that to help other people that might be beating the shit out of them too. Because that's what a lot of people think is wanting sympathy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's like when you tell people your story of shit you went through, some people hear that and go, "Holy fuck, I'm not by myself." Like it happens to other people too because that's the best thing about social media, in my opinion, is that you hear all these stories from other people. You connect with people that you would never know felt the same way because they saw something and they reached out to you and like, holy shit, dude, I've never seen somebody say it the way that I felt before, or whatever. It's the same with music, fucking art, poetry, anything. And that's the reason that like people do the shit they do. It's because you just want to be related to and you want to be able to be confided in those people's like either ideologies, the feelings they have, or what they believe in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy fuck. Like, I just realized this about myself. I do that all the time. Like, I'll listen to a book and I'm like, fuck, I never knew I was that way. You know what I mean? Like, that makes so much sense. And it's like, okay, but I've built from that without knowing that. So what does it even matter? Right? So, like, I built from something that was a problem because I didn't know it was a problem.
Yeah.
And I made a solution without actually knowing the problem. So now it makes more sense knowing what the problem was, right? So you can build off other problems and figure out those things because you have to look a little bit deeper, just a little bit, not
Yeah.
a lot.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing like what we do. We do Windows 10, right? And well, we install Windows 10. Um, and I remember Carlos one time I was having a hard time with something. I don't remember. I was just in my head, and he's like, "How'd you mess it up?" I'm like, "I don't know." Well, that's your problem. When you know how you messed up,
Yep.
then you learn from it. But if you
Exactly.
keep doing the same thing and the
Same shit. Yep.
same outcome, and you're like, oh snap, okay, this is how I messed up.
Yep.
It's when you
Because
know.
then one fucking day you'll go, oh, I see it now.
Yep.
I see it. You're like, damn, it's that. It's been
Yep.
that little fucking tiny little thing, and you're like, damn, been just ignoring it.
Yeah, and that's the perfect way of training, man. Is
Right.
whenever you explain when you're training someone, is when you explain to them, you give them the foundation, you give them everything, every step, how to do a certain thing, and
Yeah,
then they
the
mess up.
rules.
If they answer, I don't know how I messed up, then you fail as a trainer. But if they explain to you, man, I messed up because I grabbed it this way, and the wind blew and it flew
Gotta
off
be
my.
a good teacher. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, man, that's how we learn is by knowing our mistakes. Sometimes we don't know, bro. We're stubborn, or we're really not paying attention to what the fuck we're
Or
doing.
you're just naive. You have no
You
idea.
had no
Like you didn't
idea
even,
what's
or
going on.
you never recognized it until you paid more attention, right? I mean, it's the same with raising kids, being a friend, being in a relationship, being a husband, all that shit. It's all these little things you forget to think about that when you actually think about them, you go, holy shit, I need to pay more attention to that.
Yep.
Like that's the issue. Like there's the problem. Like all these symptoms that are happening, cool. Now you found the root of it. Like now you found that issue, and now you can correct it. And then you can grow from that instead of just like, I don't know. Like that whole I don't know shit is so fucking annoying. Like that, I don't, whenever I don't know, I'm like, I have to figure it out right now. I got to figure it out. I got to find out. Give me the information. I have to know. Like, that's one of my problems too. Is like, don't having the knowledge is like a
I had a cousin, and he passed away 2 years ago, and rest in peace. He said a man should never have two words in his vocabulary. I guess, and I don't know. Like that should never be in a man's
yeah,
vocabulary. Like like it's okay to think it, but it should never come out of your mouth. And at the time, I was like, oh, this guy's one of those guys that just he's those alpha guys.
right,
But it's true. As a father, as a leader, as a provider, as the oldest of your household,
right,
like people depend on you. When people depend on you, I don't know should never come out of your mouth.
yeah. Instead of I don't know, you should say something like
Let
I'll
me
figure it
find
out,
out.
or
I'll figure it out.
let me get back to
And
you.
that
Let me find out, and I'll tell you.
and that's one thing that Michelle she says she loves about me is that we're in a situation, and then I'm like, I'll figure it out. We always do.
Yep.
I don't want to say I don't know what we're gonna do about this shit. I don't want to say it. Sometimes it comes out
Because
of my
then
mouth.
she's like, "What do you mean you don't know
Yeah,
what we're gonna
if I
fucking do?
say it, yeah, and then
Get
everything's like, whoa.
get the Modelo and the hot Cheetos." Kidding,
We should have a 12-pack and
dude.
a bag of chips and one of those glass frames
We
where it
need
says
to
break
make.
in case.
Listen, we need to make a Dark Truth shirt that says Flavor Hot Cheetos and Modelo, and I might get sued, so I might have to see if I can use it. But
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be fucking maybe just one hot Cheeto and then like one beer. There's
Oh, that'd be so funny.
no words, no nothing. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. Just have it like on a break in case of stress. I like that.
Yeah. Like Brandon said, have like a
Bro,
picture
that
frame.
that that was actually my go-to. Like when I'm driving home and I'm thinking, oh, tomorrow I got to get this and this and this and this and this. I got to
Yeah.
get this ready.
You're like hot
I'm drinking.
Cheetos.
I'm drinking beer and flaming Funyuns, the hot Funyuns.
Dude, the hot
I'm
Funyuns are
drinking,
so good.
and I'm thinking like that was my relaxation. Bro, I've lost weight because I haven't done that no more.
Let's go. Oh,
My
let's go,
stomach,
bro.
like my stomach has got like has was swollen, and now it's not. I
Yeah,
feel
no
great.
shit.
I feel great. I'm taking vitamins now. Like, I want to make sure I live a longer life, dude. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying beer is gonna take away seconds away of my life. I'm not saying that. Um,
But
it's just
it's everything that comes with that though. It's everything like I'm a victim. I'm not a victim, but I do that. I just don't want to do shit. I just want to sit around do
well,
nothing.
we had a scare. We had a scare. I'm dehydrated. I'm stressed the fuck
Right.
out. And then the first thing I do, grab a beer. That beer turns into 4 or 5 beers. Again, I'm dehydrated. I haven't ate. Bro, I freaking fainted.
Yep. I did that too.
And I was out for a little bit. I feel like I was asleep. I feel like I just passed out, fell asleep. When I snapped to it, I'm on the floor. Michelle's crying. Everybody's like freaking out. And I'm like, what the fuck? That was it. Like, I couldn't do it no more.
Right.
That was like, I can't, if I drink, I don't want to be stressed out. If I drink, I don't want to be dehydrated. If I drink, I want to make sure I have a full meal in my stomach. Like, I don't want to have
Right.
that thing, bro. Because look at, we had one Houston rapper just pass away, and Michelle says like that's what happened to you. Like that's exactly, you took a deep breath, bow. She caught
Man,
me, and
mine like that was so weird. Like I remember walking towards my wife and then turning around and then just going, but I don't think it was just the beer, man, because I
no,
wasn't that
it's not beer. It's just beer. If you're not
it was
hydrated,
everything. It was everything, like you said, the stress and everything, I bet. So, but since then, I've been trying to live like a stress free life,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
stressless, you
yeah.
know?
No, absolutely. I'm not saying I'm gonna give up drinking. Like that's what I told Michelle. Like I'm not giving up drinking. It's not that I want to defend it with the shield and the sword. It's just I enjoy
Right.
it. I enjoy the first 2, 3 beers and 5 beers. I have a great time, and
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't, like I said, if I do again, I want to make sure it's like on a weekend where I don't have nothing to do the next day. I'm hydrated. I'm well fed. I want to make sure everything's right before I
Get
do
you a
that.
fucking IV drip at the goddamn spa.
Oh, dude, they have those here.
I know.
But anyway, we're going
Lucky.
past our hour.
So,
Dude, it's been a great
yeah,
show, man. Well, again, I've only been on 3 hours of sleep.
yeah, yeah.
You're on your sixth beer.
Anyway, so go ahead, Johnny. By the way, for
Uh,
everybody that's commented and like said what's up and like hey and everything, thank you so much. We've been more wanting to get into the conversation more than responding to every single thing we see. If something does catch our eye, like we're gonna talk about it, but we're gonna be doing this every night on Wednesday, 8 o'clock now. So
yeah,
everybody's gonna have a good time,
yeah,
hopefully, because it's a little bit later and everybody gets
yeah.
to
I feel like we
relax.
get to do more shit.
Yeah. And
I feel
once
like
we get guests, dude, we can have like a plan and shit or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, of course, of course, But it's been a great show, another great week. See you guys later. This has been The Dark Truth with your boy Johnny Blades and Shady J. Good night. Oh, you know what, Shady?
But what?
You're gonna have to improvise like a quick
Oh,
final thought.
final thought. Okay, so final thought is, damn.
That's
Hold on.
good. I love it.
Hold on. Let me get you one. I'm gonna pull one out of my ass here. Add more value than what you have in profit.
Nice. Take the little extra
Yep.
steps. I like it. You can easily finish a job.
Yep. But you can also provide more value than you can in what you make.
Exactly. I like it. Take your time, do good work, and get paid, baby. Let's do it. All right, thank you guys. It's been a great show. We'll see y'all next week.
Next week, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Love y'all.